Peter Ball is a disgraced clergyman who was finally jailed last year for sexually abusing 18 teenagers and young men. But BBC South East today has discovered that senior church leaders failed to hand over incriminating evidence about the former Bishop of Lewes to the police more than 20 years ago.
6 letters detailing sexual abuse were sent to Lambeth Palace in 1993, but they were not handed over to detectives who were investigating Ball's conduct at the time. Confidential documents seen by this programme also raise serious questions about the way that the former Archbishop of Canterbury, Lord Carey, dealt with Peter Ball. Our special correspondent Colin Campbell has the details.
I believe that God is...
Bishop Peter Ball, a cunning sexual predator, jailed last year, but in 1993 he escaped proper justice, receiving a single caution when he'd committed a string of sexual assaults. Confidential church documents we've gained reveal how he avoided timely justice.
And what hurts us are hearts.
Soon after his arrest in 1992, Lambeth Palace received half a dozen letters detailing allegations of indecency with young men Ball had abused. The letters presented a disturbing pattern of behaviour, but tragically none were passed on to the police by Lambeth Palace, despite there being an ongoing investigation.
The failure to hand it over was more than just a mistake. It's an absolute scandal. It's completely wrong and unacceptable that the Church of England sat on that information and didn't pass it to the police so that it could be properly investigated.
The report says if Lambeth Palace passed the letters on to detectives, the outcome of the investigation into Ball may have been different. Instead, he escaped with a single caution and continued working in churches and schools for 15 years. Last year, Lord Carey, who was the Archbishop of Canterbury at the time, told us he had placed Peter Ball's name on a list of priests banned from ministry. But these documents say Ball's name was not placed on the so-called Lambeth Register. Vicar Graham Sawyer, who was abused by Ball as a young man, believes the police should investigate Lord Carey for misconduct in a public office.
There's no doubt whatsoever that it's a cover-up, and it goes to the very highest levels of the Church of England, and has been so for quite a few decades.
The church documents say Ball associated with other sex-offending clergy, that he was investigated in 2008 for being part of a possible paedophile ring. They also disturbingly suggest for 30 years he covered for and helped other priests who'd sexually abused.
In the late 1970s, Bishop Peter Ball failed to take appropriate action against a Sussex priest who had abused a child. The individual went on to abuse others. In the 80s, he let a priest released from prison who'd abused a 14-year-old boy stay in his home. He also provided the convicted abuser with a very positive report, enabling him to return to work. In 2009, he again raised concerns by trying to persuade a teenage boy to apologise to a priest who'd allegedly abused him.
There are instances here where abuse appears to have been reported to Bishop Peter Ball, yet he's failed to act, and that has led to the abuse of other individuals. That is criminal.
Ball is now in prison, but failings to surround his case have caused significant detriment to many.
Well, Colin Campbell joins me in the studio now. And Colin, these documents are packed with revelations about how the Peter Ball case was actually handled.
Yeah, there are very big questions, Rob, for Lambeth Palace, for Lord Carey, for the Church of England in Sussex. These documents suggest the Diocese of Chichester also sat on absolutely critical documents relating to Bishop Peter Ball, only handing them over relatively recently to Sussex Police. Now, an independent review is underway, so no comment from any of the interested parties today. They have told me that they are all cooperating with that review. Amongst the further revelations, Bishop Peter Ball received a clean CRB check in 2004. Now that seems highly surprising considering he was an individual at that time who'd been convicted of sexual abuse.
OK, Colin, thank you.